Welcome to a new edition of the Neon Jazz Interview Series with jazz vocalist and pianist Diana Hickman. We caught up with her on her newest 2017 release called South of Your Thoughts. Her approach to music has been called intelligent, funny, edgy, with a signature voice underscored by sophisticated music that appears effortless, and she likes that description. She has high hopes for her future, and her past is proof that things are going to happen in the right direction. So get to know her and dig this interview, my friends.
Thanks for taking a minute out today. I appreciate it.
Sure.
So, talk to me about this new album. I didn't notice, South of Your Thoughts, that there was a release date yet. When is that coming out?
Next week, March 3rd, next Friday, a week from today.
Okay, wonderful. So, it seems like this album has been a long time coming. Give me an idea of what went into this album and how you feel about it.
Yeah, I've been songwriting for a long time and really wanting to record for a long time. And about really like 2 years ago at this point, I reached out to a musician friend to kind of help me like flush out some of my tunes. And we started, like 2 years ago, and did 3 songs with him where he was like programming the beats in a program called Ableton Live. And then we added like just filled it out with bass and guitar, and then I did 2 other songs with a friend that did horn arrangements for 2 of my tracks. For like South of Your Thoughts is one that has horns on it, and that friend helped me with arranging those and putting it together. And so we did like a couple days in the studio of recording all the live musicians, drums and bass. And I actually only have guitar on 1 track, and me playing acoustic piano for that South of Your Thoughts track. And then we recorded everything live in the studio, and then most of it was like engineering at my engineer's place, Ari Raskin, and at his home studio. Spent like months just recording the vocals and editing everything. And it really took like kind of 2 years because I also did a campaign, like a fundraising campaign. So I wanted to like take my time really releasing it as well. So I kind of spread out some of the editing along with doing the campaigning to fund the whole thing, because it's really expensive to record music, like.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like finally probably everything, the whole recording process, like everything was mixed and mastered finally like 3 months ago. Now I'm doing a release show next Thursday, and then everything gets fully released on Friday.
So that has to be a good feeling in this modern day and era to have folks that are contributing to an album they haven't heard yet, to believe in you enough to do it. How does that feel?
Good. I mean, I paid a lot of my players. Like, they're all my friends and stuff, but at the same time, like I'm working with professional musicians that need to get paid. So there's, some people like put in some free time for sure, but they also got paid. So
yeah, absolutely. So you've been at it a long time in the professional world, correct? Doing your thing, playing?
Yeah.
So does this album seem like kind of I know a lot of albums these days are kind of calling cards, and it's just a way when you're live to really get people involved and to have something tangible. But this seems to me as though you've been at it for so long that there's some more special meaning to the release of this album.
Right, yeah. I mean, it still feels like a calling card, perhaps, but I have a good network of musicians that I know and in the community in Brooklyn, and plenty of like connections and contacts to further this and do more collaborations, build upon it for sure. It's not going to be like maybe an overnight success, but it's like a good start,
Yeah, absolutely. You've been described as intelligent, funny, edgy. You have a signature voice under sophisticated music. Is that an accurate way to describe your sound and what you're doing?
I should hope so. Sounds good to me.
Very nice.
Yeah. I think of the edginess. I get like Kate Bush a lot. A lot of people think that I sound like Kate Bush, and I think it's this like kind of dramatic, quirky style that I can have in some of my songs. So that's cool. I'm happy to know that that's coming through. I think quite a bit like Regina Spektor too, you know, playing piano and singing, and she kind of has like this dramatic arc in her songs as well. And yeah, I feel like I relate to her as well.
Where do you want to see your career go? Let's say we talk in about 10 to 15 years from now. What are you expecting from this album and kind of the arc of your career, so to speak?
Really touring, being a touring artist, and also, yeah, definitely like publishing, selling my songs to, you know, hopefully like movies and commercials. And also, I think I have like a knack for video making too. I don't know if you like look me up online, but I do a bunch of like kind of silly videos as well. I'm really big on like using humor,
yeah,
as well. And so I can see myself like making like unique videos and making more music videos as well, and hopefully making some money from that in the future. But yeah, I know like these days, like really to make money with this, it's about like selling your songs, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So let me ask you this. Everyone has a version of who you are, your family, your friends, your fans. But who do you think you are? When you wake up and face today, who are you?
That's an interesting question. Oh, goodness. Wow. Wake up in the morning, who I am. That's nice. Just as you say that, I'm sitting here in Brooklyn, and the sun is shining today, and it's really warm, which is, you know, been winter. It's been a mild winter, but I'm just taking in the sun and like under a tree. It's really beautiful out. And I think like my spirituality, and I have like a strong yoga practice and meditation. Like those are actually like driving forces in my life to like share that with people. Kind of like this like inner peace and stillness that I wish like so many people could find. Trying to like express that through my music, like have my music be healing to people. And I don't know, that's my biggest like I know that's my core is caring about that and giving that to people. So when I wake up in the morning, I know that's what I'm here on the planet to do, I think.
Yeah, I like that. Thank you for taking some time out today to talk with me and open up about the new album and about yourself. I appreciate it.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Joe.
Thanks for listening and tuning in to yet another Neon Jazz interview, where we give you a bit of insight into the finest players in New York, KC, and spots all over the globe, giving fans all that jazz. And thanks to Diana for her time and her music. If you want to hear more interviews, go to Famous Interviews with Joe Domino on the iTunes Store. Visit neonjazz at youtube.com. And for everything Neon Jazz, go to the neonjazz.blogspot.com. Until next time, enjoy the jazz, my friends.
Neon Jazz.